Yo, what's good, guys? This is Nightwing2303
and Geronmon,
and today we got WearTesters Trash Talk. I know that it's a little bit late, but we're finally together to talk about Star Wars Episode 8.
Dun, 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 dun. By the way, this is what I got Chris for Christmas. It's barbecue tongs, because he loves barbecuing, okay? But it's a lightsaber, okay? And it makes sound effects. So when you're turning that patty, when you're turning that sausage,
it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
It's pretty like well made too. It's like shiny.
Oh, it looks legit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's legit. Anyways, so like Chris said, we're gonna be talking about Star Wars, and we're gonna have, I think, 3 videos. And I'm telling you guys, if you haven't seen the movie, we tried to wait as long as we could.
Yeah, just don't watch these.
Because there are major spoilers for not just this movie, but also there's stuff about the book we're going to talk about, which has additional information and advanced fan theories that may spoil like future movies for you even, because we're going to be dropping facts that are in canon, not just in the new trilogy, but old trilogy and Clone Wars and all that stuff. So if you don't want any spoilers, you want to go into this new trilogy of Star Wars fresh, don't watch this.
Yeah, we'll be spoiling things from all
everything,
8 movies.
Every Star Wars thing ever. Ever since we first saw the movie. He saw it a couple days before I did, and then I went to go see it. Ever since that first day I saw it, it's been like every day, like we text each other with like a new thing.
Yeah,
like,
with different
oh, wait a minute, but what about this? So hopefully we could channel all that. We're basically going to be re-talking what we've already said, right?
Yeah.
In this video, hopefully we could channel it. But
he'll probably do better than I do, but it's all good.
So the first topic, and one more thing, we're going to disagree with stuff. That's just how it goes.
Actually, let me address that real quick. Is this whole trash talk, that's the point of everything, is that me and Jaren, not only are we 2 different generations, but we have 2 completely different opinions on almost everything.
Almost.
It's one thing to be like, yeah, I like pizza too.
Ham and pineapple. And then he's like, no, not ham and pineapple.
I like pepperoni and jalapenos.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? But you get the drift. Is that if none of this would work right if we didn't disagree, because then, I mean, what's there to talk about? Do you like Batman? Yes. Do I like Batman? Yes. Cool. End of video.
Done.
If you don't like it, then don't watch Trash Talk. But if you do like it, cool. He's an okay person. He's not the greatest, but he's all right. You know what I mean? So just relax, have fun, enjoy the series. Let's go ahead and get into it.
First thing we're talking about is the hottest topic. Everyone's talking about it. It's so hot. Who
need those tongs.
You need those tongs.
Oh, that's a Darth Vader lightsaber. I thought that was a Kylo Ren.
Oh, that's cool. Anyways, who in the world is Rey? Okay, fantastic character. Everything from the acting.
I got a mini crush on her.
Yeah. Well, everyone.
Well, maybe you do too.
Crazy.
I don't know, but she's pretty cute.
She's awesome. She killed the role. The character is perfect. But who is she? Episode 7 left us with more questions than answers. And I think that's the whole point of this movie, because they had to make up for those prequels, right? Everyone's complaining about it being a remake, kind of.
Which it was, but it's okay.
It was, and that's what we kind of wanted.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So the movie ends with her finding Luke and handing him his lightsaber. And I'll tell you, this whole movie, they are feeding it to you. They're pushing it on you. They're suffocating you with the theory that she is Luke's daughter. Where are you as far as in that sense? Is she like Luke's daughter?
I keep going back and forth. Like, initially, knowing what I know from the expanded universe that's apparently no longer canon.
Right.
Which is, I don't know how to explain canon, like fact of like the story or something like that. It's an alternate reality type weird thing. It's nerd stuff. But in the books, there's twins. Leia and Han have twins. And then Luke has a kid named Ben. And so they're picking and pulling things, and they're putting them where they feel like it.
Yeah, they're shaping it to make it better for a movie experience, kind of.
Correct. Well, they're taking the universe that you know, and they're just kind of, you know,
making it a little fresher,
a little different. Yeah, which is cool. I don't have any problem with it. Like you said, it leaves more questions than like, this is the first time when I've ever seen a movie where, when the movie's done, I mean, any theory is plausible. That's the main thing. We keep going back and forth on every day. We're talking about the same topic, and it's a different. And every time one of us will be like, no, and then we'll explain what it is, and then we'll be like, well, maybe, you know what I mean? So it's like one of those things. So it's just really strange. They, like you said, if she's Luke's daughter, I would not be surprised. But like you're saying, they do make it fairly obvious that that's where they want you to think. So, you know, J.J. Abrams, they got that whole flip script thing.
When we first got out of the movies, my
initial thoughts was they're cousins. Meaning her and Kylo.
Yeah, so she was like Luke's daughter. Chris was definitely, I want to say like really favorable, but he was on that side.
It's just how it looked. And then he made it a very apparent that they made it very apparent. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of weird. As
soon as I walked out that theater, I told my girlfriend, I said, I don't think she's Luke's daughter. And my girlfriend was kind of like, what? And my girlfriend that was her first Star Wars movie ever.
What?
Yeah. So she was like, whoa, but they made it so obvious. And I was like, that's the point. And ever since day one, I thought that she is Han's daughter.
Yeah.
Now, Han Solo...
Oh, hold on a second. Because my whole thing on why she's not Han's is because Leia has no...
I know.
Nothing.
I know.
What if they're half? Or actually, no, they can't because then she has no force powers.
Here's what I think, okay?
She has to be from Leia, right?
This is what I think about Leia. Because people always say that, oh, Leia didn't really... Because Han was giving her the feels, right?
Yeah.
Every scene Han and Rey were in, it was like, what's up with these two? When Han said, what's your name? And she says, Rey, Han just has this look, right?
Every look that guy had.
Every look, when Rey says, I didn't know there was this much green in the whole world.
Yeah, that fool looks hella guilty, dude.
Yeah, so every scene with Han and Rey is just like, holy crap. And
that's why in the movie, after the second time, I was like, oh, what the fuck?
And when Han died, you see Leia react, and she's not even on the same planet.
Yeah.
But it's that force,
that's the force,
she reacts. Rey knew Han, but she reacted in a way that I felt was uncontrollable. Like she didn't really react. It was like she was dying.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that because of that, she has to be connected to Leia somehow.
Exactly. So, but it was a really strong reaction, which makes me think she was a direct relative, meaning that was her father. That's why I think I'm getting to the point of Leia.
The Force controls you.
Exactly. So you feel whenever your family dies,
just like how the saber was calling to her.
Exactly.
The Force allows things to happen that it's subconscious. Like
exactly.
It's just there.
So the point to Leia, people always go, well, Leia didn't really give the same thing Han was giving her.
I did think, though, that's a nitpick, not like we're not doing a review, but I will say that bothered me when she was just kind of like, oh, I think something bad happened. I was like, yeah, what? I know.
Yeah, I'm getting to this.
My bad.
Carrie Fisher is not the actress she once was.
No.
And I think they purposely, if you watch the way, because I'm a movie nut,
she was barely in it.
When you watch the way they cut and showed her lines, it definitely felt like JJ was working around the fact that she was a bad actress, and Leia couldn't really give that emotion that Harrison Ford could.
I guess.
Because Harrison Ford's still a terrific actor. I've seen actors get worked around. The director's like, you're not really a good actor, but it's too late now. I'm going to work around it. That's how I felt with Leia, because her lines are really limited.
Yeah.
Anyone in the world could have gave those lines. Like when they were going over how they're going to attack the planet, they're just like, please give us any information you need. Anyone could have said that.
Yeah.
Not everyone could say the lines that Han had, right?
Yeah.
Like even as simple as when he said Ben, like just the way he delivered that was just like,
that was like I'm about to put you over my knee.
Exactly. So that's why I think the whole Leia and Rey chemistry didn't work, because as an actress, Carrie Fisher couldn't really do it.
Yeah.
And so that doesn't mean that Rey isn't her mom. It just means that JJ couldn't successfully pull off that relationship and that emotion. That's why I think that was all weird. Yeah,
well, I just think that the reaction that Leia had of Han's death.
I got bad news. I wonder if that worked.
You don't think that any of that?
I don't think so.
You weren't clipped.
I forgot because we just went right into it.
I know, that's your fault though, man.
It is. We're gonna have to redo this.
I don't think we're gonna have to redo it. We're just up the volume a little bit.
All right.
We used to have it over here, remember?
That's
we'd
right.
have to yell a little bit.
Okay, let's go.
I think that she could have like cried a little bit.
As an no, what did I just say?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
She couldn't do it. Maybe they did film a scene where she was crying.
Maybe.
And JJ was like, this is terrible because Carrie Fisher was on crack. Okay, she was on crack partying with the Rolling Stones. She probably lost her acting skills in her brain, okay?
Yeah.
So I think they just worked around that.
This is off topic, but that chick used to be pretty cute, and man, she's tore up.
Well,
now,
she
dude.
lost 35 pounds just for this movie.
No,
she was even worse than before.
I know. I respect that and everything, but I'm just saying, like, to see as a famous person, like, where you were and where you're, like, man, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Han Solo is my favorite character in Star Wars, not because he's my favorite character in Star Wars, but because Harrison Ford is my favorite actor.
Oh, okay.
He means so much to me because my mom and my grandmother have a crush on him. And so we've always grown up watching his movies. I've seen like almost every Harrison Ford movie.
Is he almost like your stepdad then? Like
almost. So okay. Like I watched Indiana Jones. That's my favorite movie. I've watched it at least 90 times.
The second one is awesome.
The second one's good, but number 3 was the only DVD I had up until I got enough money to buy the first 2. Yeah.
Okay.
So number 3 is my favorite. So the reason why I love Han Solo is because Harrison Ford. And just the way he was portrayed in this movie. Well, Han Solo, would he really offer a job to anyone but his daughter?
That's what I'm saying, though. Chewie likes you.
Chewie likes you.
Chewie doesn't like nobody, dude.
Yeah, and she I know that the Millennium Falcon was on Jakku, so that's kind of how she could have.
Yeah,
but
we already were talking about this, where I think that they left that there for her.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
But also you can make the argument because there's the theory that I think is true is that she's kind of like Jason Bourne, where she knows how to do a bunch of stuff, but she doesn't know why because she was force wiped, right?
Yeah.
Where Jason Bourne knows how to karate,
sleeper agent,
knows how to like hot wire cars, but he doesn't know how he knows it. I think Rey's the same thing. She was fixing all that crap in the Millennium Falcon because I think she grew up in that ship.
That's what well, not only that, but like she was talking about how like that guy did this or that or whatever. So she
too.
Yeah, she was in it anyways.
That too, but there is a deleted scene that's in the book, but not in the movie, but they did film it for the movie where the Millennium Falcon crashes on the snow planet, right? And Kylo Ren takes a couple stormtroopers to the Millennium Falcon and he sits in the cockpit and he just kind of sits there and he gives a look as if he was like, this is where I grew up. And he knows that ship.
Yeah, he grew up on that ship,
and
supposedly.
That was kind of the same feeling I had when Rey jumped in that cockpit. I mean, immediately she was like kicking ass in it.
There's buttons and levers all over the place. There's no way
you could just jump in.
Yeah, and just do it.
It's not like Finn in the gunner seat where, okay, it moves like a different gunner seat, but it's still a gunner seat.
There's a gun.
Rey was straight up fixing everything. I mean, she knew what tools were in the frickin'
Did you see the orb? The training orb? Luke's training? That was sick, dude.
Yeah.
The little stuff that they put in this movie, man, was really thoughtful shit.
Right.
And the fact that they've made a movie that makes you argue, but just theorize just simple things like who she is, who Kylo is, that Maz Kanata chick, like who's that, and then the Snoke, like who's that? And so like it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I like the movie, but I don't think the movie can be great until we see the full thing. You know what I mean?
Well, so that's the thing is that this is for sure like episode 4, 5, and 6 were standalone. You know what I mean? Like episode 5 is awesome by itself, and then episode 4 is really cool right after that. Episode 6 is kind of like, I mean, parts of it are cool, and some people love it, some people hate it. I just don't. Why would
you hate it?
I don't know why.
There's no reason to hate it.
I don't know. I just don't like the Ewoks that much. They're creepy, but
they're amazing. They straight
they're fucking creepy.
Smash. They're like the Native Americans of that universe. They're just beast warriors.
But they're like this big, man. It's
they suck you in with their cuteness and then they stab you in the throat.
They're like little gremlins and shit, dude. Like,
Gremlins is awesome.
I like
gremlins. You
gremlins.
have to feed them after midnight. Dude, awesome.
I'm just saying that they fucking weird me out. And that's what I remember, like, when I was younger, being like, yo, these motherfuckers, I don't know about them. But yeah, so in this movie, you could tell that there's something coming after. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And that's what hurts the most, where you're just like, I want more now. Not more of this movie. I want the next one. And thank God we only have to wait 1.5 years, right? Back to Rey.
My bad.
We're definitely on this we think she's Han's kid. And how cool it would it be if in like episode 8, her and Kylo are dueling and Kylo just goes, I'm your brother. Like that's the I am your father of this new trilogy.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds corny, but face it, they're gonna mirror these episodes because that's just how it is.
Well, even episode 1 through 3 were similar to 4, 5, 6.
Exactly.
And vice versa and all this. So who if you don't like this, dude, then you're not a Star Wars fan, man. Sorry.
Star Wars is basically a soap in space, right?
Yeah, it's an intergalactic soap opera.
If you watch Days of Your Lives with your grandma, like I did, you know that everyone's screwing somebody, everyone's sleeping with someone, this person's all of a sudden related to this person, and vice versa. Star Wars is the same way, okay? So you have the I am your father, oh crap moment. There's gotta be an oh crap moment in this new trilogy. What is it? What is the oh crap moment if Luke is her daughter? Is that an oh crap moment? No.
So if that happens, I think people are going to be like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but not, oh snap, like they were for Vader.
No, because like but then you automatically think like, who's her mother? You don't?
I don't want that. I don't want that.
This guy established, you can make a whole series out of just him rebuilding the Jedi Order, dude.
Yes.
Or there was a whole series on that, but still.
I know, what's Luke's wife and she's like a badass?
I don't even remember, man.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I want Luke to be a lonely old ass man who never had a kid. Because it doesn't make sense to me that Luke would drop his daughter off, who's strong with the Force and probably is the only hope in the universe to fight her cousin or whatever, in a desert planet like his parents dropped him off. That makes no goddamn sense. It would make more sense if Kylo's like, hey, I'm gonna drop her off on this planet like Luke did. That would make more sense than Luke saying, you know what, stay on this desert planet like I did and I was miserable for my whole childhood. That doesn't make sense to me. Why would Luke do that? But he could hide her with her because Luke was hidden this whole time.
That is true, and that's what I'm saying. Is that any theory? It's a.
I know, but it doesn't make sense if again. What is the oh crap moment?
No, I
if
think,
Luke is
so my wife and I just resaw it. That was the third time, and it was her second time. And she was saying when we got out, because after that time I was like, I really don't think that's Luke's kid, even though they're strongly pushing for like everybody to think that. And my wife was saying, what if they're siblings, but she, instead of them being twins, she's slightly younger than him, which I believe in age they are.
Yeah.
And he was the jealous older brother because Rey is super strong with the Force.
Right.
So she was accelerating faster than he could.
Yeah, because like most girls do in puberty, they grow faster.
Just in general,
I know.
In general, like I have 2 kids. The youngest one physically accelerates over my daughter, just naturally because he's trying to keep up with her. You know what I mean? So I think that and then him being that snotty little shit that he is just like, what the f***? Like I can't, like he wants more power. Guess who has it? Snoke. So that's where I think that they're going.
So we established a lot of why we think she's Han's kid. Now let's talk about on the contrary. What about the whole thing about the trilogy being about the Skywalker lineage?
That's
and I know like if if she's Leia, she's still technically a Skywalker, but at the same time she's technically a Solo.
That's the coolest part though.
Yeah, but I feel like if they are making these 3 movies about the Skywalker, that would make more sense, her being Luke's daughter. I feel that's a true Skywalker, a more pure Skywalker than if she was Han and Leia's. That's my only reserves. Those are my 2 reserves. That saber was really calling to her, and I understand that it could just be the Force is pushing her towards Luke, but at the same time, that's like your dad's lightsaber. Like that's why I feel like it was strong. But also, these 3 movies are supposed to be about a Skywalker, and she could still be a Skywalker while being Han's kid, but it doesn't feel as pure as if she was Luke's kid.
Maybe not, but a Skywalker's a Skywalker, man.
I know Leia's a Skywalker. Will we ever make 3 movies about Leia?
No, but I'm just saying, like that's where it could still work out.
Right.
Because plus they keep pointing back to Vader. You know, like the whole like Kylo like like that's his like mentor somehow. Like I don't.
Well, he touched the helmet and had a vision, dark side version of what Rey had with the saber. When she touched it, all that crazy stuff happened.
Yeah.
I think the same thing happened to Kylo, but just like dark side because he touched that helmet.
Well, not just dark side, but I feel like anything's open to interpretation. And so like when I was watching episode 6 last night, Luke goes back to Dagobah, talks to Yoda, saying like, "Oh, how come you didn't tell me that was my father?" And he was just like, "Oh, you didn't really need to know, buddy." You know what I mean? And then the Force ghost of Obi-Wan comes out, and he said, "How come you didn't tell me that was my father? You told me that my father was dead." And then Obi-Wan explained, "That's how I interpret it, bro. Like the guy that was your dad is gone. Okay, yeah. Vader's the only one left." So that's where I'm just like, I think that with Jedi, you're not supposed to lie, but at the same time, that's all they do. Like Qui-Gon lied throughout the whole first movie. So, right. And it's all up to interpretation, as long as it is for the greater good. You know what I mean? So, and that's where I feel like all of this stuff, like it's so up in the air, but even still, it would be around that family.
True, but it's not as strong.
It's not
as strong.
And I agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, it just would be way too obvious. And even if it was that she was Luke's kid, I still wouldn't even be upset.
I wouldn't be upset if she was Luke's kid, but I would be much happier if she was brothers with Kylo, it would just be crazy.
Yeah, it would be that crazy. Moment.
And I mean, it would kind of fill that gap that's missing now that Han's not there. Like, okay, cool, I'm watching your kids duke it out. Like, that's cool.
Well, I think that's the coolest part, is that, like, instead of it being father and son, it's brother and sister.
Exactly. That's why I think that's the old crap moment, because there's gonna be one.
That's what I mean.
And I don't think revealing who Snoke is gonna be that old crap moment, because that happens with Palpatine and all that crap, right?
Yeah, but this one's that's another.
I know, but it can't be the old crap moment of this trilogy. It can't be.
No. I don't think it's the moment. I'm just saying it's a moment.
But, you know I mean, you have to agree. The moment would be, you fool, I'm your brother.
Yeah.
I killed all those kids at the academy. I didn't have the guts to kill you. I dropped you off in Jakku. It was all me. You were waiting for me.
Well, now Luke has the power that Obi-Wan had. Is he going to explain to her?
Hell no, he's not.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But imagine, like, she was waiting so many days for that person to come back, and she hates Kylo so much that she realized her whole life she was waiting for this asshole. Yeah. That's an old crap moment. And yo, if that happens in the theater, I'll still be surprised.
And what if, I don't know if did I text you that image where they switch spots?
Yes, you did.
So, I mean, what if...
You think, like, they're gonna switch?
Yo,
I will admit, Rey looked really badass in black and red lightsaber, okay? And Han basically, or Kylo basically looked like Han with a lightsaber, which is cool. But I think that's just fan fiction. That's cool.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's a
could have happened.
Any theory is possible.
Any theory is possible, but I'm telling you, the one that I just said, where they're brother and sister. If I had to bet my life on it in some weird situation,
that's the one I'm most leaning towards.
If it's in some weird situation, a guy's holding a gun to my head and say, "Yo, what happens in episode 8?" I'll be like, this happens. And then hopefully I feel good about my chances of living. Yeah. Or if I had to bet money or something. But the whole point of this video is we want to know what you guys think. Like, let us know who you think Rey is.
Start fan theorizing right now in the comments.
Yeah, and if you're going to write a novel in the comments section, we're not going to read the whole thing.
Speak for yourself. I'll read that.
Those are so long.
No, I'm on all of these boards, like, and I'm just constantly reading shit. I'm just shit.
I've been on Reddit a lot, but like, who's Rey? Like,
that's what I'm saying. If you want to leave a novel, just make sure that it's like proper grammar, so I can actually understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, let us know who you think Rey is. This next video, we're gonna talk about Kylo Ren.
You think he's gonna remake Vader's?
It's gonna be like a crazy, slimmed down, sick ass version of Vader's helmet. Dude, I'm so excited. Look at my cheeks, bro. Yo, that's gonna be the sickest thing when that's gonna